as this shows, this is the biggest slice of the pie. So the other one gave you a little bit of a taste, but you can't even read these. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
These are the apps connected to Twitter alone. So you can have specialized Twitter if you're really into it. I am a really bad Twitterer, like I'm way too wordy for Twitter, so I only use it occasionally when I have something to say, but it's not my best. If you're a musician, put yourself on one of these music channels. We're going to share these slides.
I would hope that you would share some of those slides.
Yeah. What, no one's copying this down? Come on. So I'm not expecting you to memorize any of this. Just know that there are really good tools for everything you want to do in your business. We're moving away from traditional media, as sad as that makes me because I love traditional media. This is where our space is, okay?
Sarah, can I just ask though, there are a lot of people that don't use social media at all, and they are people who have good disposable incomes and are very often part of the market for any arts venture.
Yep.
So what do you do to reach those people?
So we can use traditional media still.
What
But,
do you mean by traditional media?
So broadcast media, newspapers, magazines, television. So the way I'd approach it in a smaller organisation is I'd slowly develop a useful photo bank. And then I'd think about content in terms of a calendar. So one day a week I'm going to do an update. I've already got a photo bank. Boom, that's it. It looked like you're going out and sourcing all this new content, but if you've planned it in advance and you have your resources there, music, images, whatever you want to put up on your Facebook page or whatever social media you decide to use, if any, then it's not time resource because you don't sit there every day and go, hang on, am I meant to be doing this? Whatever. Yes, it does take time to update it and to create that dialogue. That's just the way it is. It takes time to send a media release and make a million phone calls to get one story.
It's also consistency, not just time, because if you have volunteers and you have a lot of change of people come and go, you don't always get... These are just things that you need to weigh into the mix.
Absolutely.
I'm part of a music organisation and we actually wrote a script and it's nothing's date sort of specific, but it's a 3-page Word document, so if anyone ever wants to post, they just pull it out of that, and that way it is consistent, you know, in how it was written and, you know, the formality of it all, because we found we were having a schizophrenic Facebook page.
And so many organisations
parties do,
I
suppose. The message of the day.
Yeah. So
we do a calendar, just as and so it's done a month in advance. And sometimes we change what we intend to put on for the day. So we don't use the thing like Hootsuite because we think it looks more genuine if we're actually posting. And I think doing a calendar too helps you to avoid mistake typos and things like that. So
like our first example. So I think the thing to remember is it's part of a bigger picture. So that's why I spend a little time at the beginning on setting our communication goals and objectives, because that's related to what your capacity is in your organisation. You know, you're not going to have a goal out here if you know what you can do is like this. If you know your volunteer base won't be able to do something consistent, you're going to be relying on yourself. You think, well, okay, I can spend 5 minutes a day and that's it. So what can you plan to do in that 5 minutes? So I guess I'm just saying that is part of the planning process, and you might decide not to do social media at all. You might not have that capacity. It might be a lot better to put your energy into 2 key events a year, and that's fine. But I'm here to give you a bit of an overview of what you might want to try, if it works for you. Okay, is it making noise? I hear this all the time. Social media is just cluttering up the space. Yeah, you can consider it like that, but it's not if you plan your communication. You're not just putting stuff out there because you feel like it, you're putting it out there because it's valuable information. It's not making noise if you link and streamline your digital communication because it's branded. And what I mean by that is the relationship you're developing with your audience is very particular because everything you do is similar. So my brand at the National Film and Sound Archive is Australia's Living Archive. Everything I do there, Facebook, it's all about Living Archive. All the advertising that we develop is about the Living Archive. All our key messages relate to that as well. Bringing it to life, that sort of thing. So it's an opportunity to create consistency, not pull your consistency apart.
Can I ask you a question? I work at Canberra Youth Theatre and we've got a strong Facebook presence and,
Yeah.
and use it a lot. But I've been hesitant to get involved in it. Someone else manages it because for me, I use Facebook at home and it's private.
Yeah.
It's my private, it's separate from work, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's, and we wanted to, yeah, it's personal. We wanted to purchase an ad on Facebook and someone said, oh, you can just go and do that through your own Facebook page. I said, no, I don't want to.
Yep.
How do you separate work and home with something like that?
The simple answer is you don't
Oh.
necessarily, but you can choose to have different accounts. You can choose to log in as a business so that anything you post while you're at work is you logged in as that
So
business.
you can
Yeah.
create a business account.
Yeah.
But,
Or, yeah.
So, yes, sorry, CYT's got its own
Yes.
CYT page,
Yeah.
but
So you can
Someone
post
who works
as
for us.
Canberra Youth Theatre. So you can log on to the Facebook
Mm.
at home and you can say, actually, I'm going to change who I am today. You just need to write the password and everything, and then
then I
you
have
log
to
in
go in
as...
through my own account, don't I? I mean,
Yeah, but you go in as that person.
At the top of the Facebook page, it'll say, do you want to post as you or one of the one of the pages that you manage? And you just select which one you want to be posting as.
Rooms. Okay, so you knew a little bit about me, but what you could know about me if you connect with me through these different mediums is quite scary. My work history, sure. My whole resume is on LinkedIn, you can see it all, even the campaigns I've worked on. My hobbies, and my colleagues haven't said that. My hobbies on Facebook, you know, if you go to my Facebook and spy on me, I've got completely open settings, which probably isn't a good idea, but you can know that I do boxing, you can know that I do karaoke, you know who I'm friends with and when I was drunk last, a long time ago. My political opinions on Twitter, if I feel like sharing them, blah blah, Tony Abbott, whatever, you can just go onto Twitter and see that. My aesthetic preferences, if you go onto my Pinterest account, you'll see the sort of dresses I like, big flowy 50s ones, the music I like, dig, anything else I blog about. If anyone looks at all the articles I've written, you'll know I have very particular views on fashion, on relationships. It's an open book. What I'm saying to you is this is an opportunity. It's also scary.
you could really prep for that date, couldn't you? But that's getting scary as well.
You could, yeah.
First date goes well, second date goes well, third date's like, oh, this guy's creepy.
Third date's the teller, I've always said that.
Who's got the time to look at all this data on other people?
We're
I
multitaskers
haven't.
now. Scary
People that
social
use their phone while
media.
they're driving, you mean?
Actually, interesting, I taught a uni class yesterday and it was about an exercise in developing a campaign for using your phone while driving. I've got a class of 20 19-year-olds. So everyone, who uses their phone while driving? Everyone in the class puts up their hand. Not surprising. Then they start telling me that they do Snapchat while they're driving. Snapchat is an image service. So they're walking along, driving along, taking pictures of things. Another guy said, I take pictures when my odometer reaches a certain number. Cool.
Oh, great.
Be careful on the roads, everyone. Okay, so social media should be used with caution. Remember, it's public. Or as a friend of mine says, it's like standing on a rooftop with a megaphone. Be careful what you say and do. Don't log on drunk. This isn't a sort of warning I need to give you guys, but everything is shared. People make decisions about who to work with based on comments you make on Facebook. There are no rules for where people source information. If it's out there, consider it your resume. Social media is not like yesterday's newspaper, which is today's fish and chip wrapper. It's the newspaper that lasts forever. There's a record. Be cautious and deliberate with your reputation and that of your business and organisation. There have been numerous examples of people aligning themselves with ideas that go terribly wrong in the social media space. Wienergate was one horrible example, but when there was a massacre shooting in the US, the Kardashian brand of clothing said, who had just opened a store in the same city, wonder why Twitter's trending on this city. Must be the new Kardashian store. Bad taste, slammed. Okay? Not that you guys would do anything that silly, just be aware that it's a very public medium. And the media love to report on social media right now. So, the good news is, there are more possibilities to network and share ideas than ever before. And there's more information about effective communication strategies than ever before. The internet is a wonderful, wonderful goldmine of ideas and information. Go to Mashable today. If you have time, check it out. There's brilliant tech ideas, even for the not so tech savvy.
What did you say? Mashable.
Mashable.
M-A-S-H-A-B-L-E.
Yes. Just to give you an idea of what's
Is
out
that
there.
is that one of those logos? you
No, it's a
have there?
website,
It's a
but
different-
it's full of social media ideas. Just one example of what's
Social
out there.
media ideas in what way?
How people are using it well. The other really wonderful thing is that you're not limited by geography or traditional communication channels. And that's positive in terms of your network and the ideas you're getting, but it's also positive in terms of your customer base. Some of you operate just in Canberra, and that's all that it's ever has to be, but some of you might want to consider these possibilities as well.